I used to be an aspiring musician, and from the time I started playing piano until the day I die, I will always consider myself a songwriter. When I started writing songs, I think it gave me a new perspective on music, specifically the way I thought of lyrics. I want to share this perspective with you, but I also look at this as my love letter to the artists out there doing what I love to do. This is Songwriter to Songwriter.
A place like no other is said to be out there.
I think this song has 3 separate storylines. Verse 1, verse 2, and the bridge into the resolution. When I listen to this song, I get the feeling they all have a distinct focus. Yes, they connect to one another, but are separate in their own right. I see verse 1 as Lewis's attempt to paint a picture of what he calls Mindless Town. A place like no other is said to be out there. Like beauty undercover, like dignified despair. He goes on to describe it further, and to me it sounds like a safe place. One he has created deep within himself, and it's made to escape the harsher realities of life. He says later on in the verse, "This place isn't a dream, surreal as it may seem," which I interpret as something much more immersive than even a dream could be.
This place isn't a dream, surreal as it may seem.
It kind of makes me think of that story, Where the Wild Things Are. This boy is struggling to exist in reality, so he escapes to an entirely separate world. It serves a purpose of comfort, creating a reality that you can run away to when, as Lewis says, things go to dark. And in many cases, this reality feels better than the one you actually exist in.
They tell me she's got cancer, the one who gave me life. Don't offer them an answer, instead just give them strife.
Verse 2 is the event taking place in reality. I like to think of this as the call to action. His mother is dying of cancer, and in reality, he's beginning to feel very serious emotions as a result of this tragic situation, as anyone would.
I don't know why I'm frightened. I've got my secret place, but I'd soon be enlightened that the stairway's been misplaced.
He displays a level of confusion, though, when he says to himself, "I don't know why I'm frightened. I've got my secret place." It's as if he thinks this is just another time he'll be able to find refuge in Mindless Town. But in the next line, he finds out this isn't that simple. "But I'd soon be enlightened that the stairway's been misplaced." The reason I am drawn to this line is because it speaks volumes to the idea that in life, we can't just escape everything. He is losing his mother, and it will take its toll on him. No matter how hard he tries, he can't just run away to Mindless Town. He will have to come to grips with this loss. And for anyone who has lost someone, it just sucks. The helplessness, the unknowing future that looms ahead of you, it's exhausting. And this exhaustion is highlighted in the third and final act of the song.
I wanna stay in mindless town.
There's a sense of desperation here. I have an image in my head of a little boy banging on this metaphoric door that leads him to this world he calls Mindless Town. And catching up to him is this darkness, that darkness being the death of his mother. And as hard as he tries to escape it, he has to confront that darkness, that loss. He is forced to learn how to live in the real world with his pain. In a way, I think he's losing two very important pieces of his life at once. The one who gave him life, his mother, and the place he goes to escape. Mindless Town.
Me sane enough to cope without you. My mindless town.
I'm fully aware this song is depressing, but the thing I appreciate about music like this is the capacity it has to show the darker aspects of life through art that moves me. Roman Lewis wrote a song that tells a story about the inability to escape the darkness life will bring. And in that, we can learn to face those fears we have. I'm obviously interpreting everything a certain way, but to me, this has a positive impact. One that encourages growth within ourselves. Ultimately, I hope you can take something positive out of it as well.